Welcome everybody. This is the fourth episode of Building the Good Life with Chris Register, and we're going to be talking about that vision and direction. If you have not went back and if you have not watched the last episode, please go back and watch that one, because you have to find out not as much of who you are, but also what do you want and why, because that's where we're going to be at right now. We're going to be talking about those things that you want, and having a strong why is going to help you get there. It's a little cold out, so I know you guys are going to make fun of me because I got white socks on. These are my football socks, and I don't do well with cold. So please, easy on those compliments. I know this doesn't match. Anyways, so going back to this episode of Vision and Direction. If you also have not went on ChristopherRegister.com, clicked on the Motivation tab, and the third video down, which is an audio session by Earl Nightingale. I think everyone should listen to this. It's 32 minutes long. It's just an audio session. Please, if you haven't watched that last episode and also watched or listened to the Earl Nightingale video on my website, please go and do that. That's very helpful. I think you should do that before moving forward. The thing I want to go over today is those wants. If you figured out everything that you did want, I'm going to tell you to put it on paper. And the reason why you should put it on paper is because I done some research on people that actually have their goals in their mind and also have put it down on paper or actually creating a vision board, which is something I'm going to show you here in a second. But I want to read to you guys. It's a study that was done by Harvard, the 1979 Harvard MBA program. This is an old article. I still kept it. I keep a lot of stuff I discover and a lot of stuff that I pull up. I printed this back about 2 years ago, and I actually have some notes. This is funny. This is interesting. I wrote down like videos. Like I wasn't making videos then, and I see this piece of paper and it says I'm going to be making a video on behavior, a breakup video. So that's probably dealing with breakup, and then I don't know, but here I am. This is why you put stuff down on paper, and I just thought about this live. I didn't think about how that would play an effect, but yeah. If you put stuff down on paper, it's weird how things come to fruition. So this was an article that Ashley Feinstein, whoever Ashley is, I'm reading her article, and I'm going to read it to you. This is what it talks about why you should be writing down your goals. Okay? So it says here, there was a fascinating study conducted on the 1979 Harvard MBA program where graduate students were asked, have you set clear goals? Written goals for your future and made plans to accomplish them. The result, only 3% had written goals and plans. There was 13% that had goals, but they were not in writing. So these are probably just people, just in their mind. And then 84% of the class had no goals. Okay? Well, 10 years later, the same group was interviewed again, and the results were absolutely mind-blowing. The 13% of the class who had goals but did not write them down was earning twice as much as the 84% that did not have any goals whatsoever. So that's good for the 13%. At least they had some goals, even though they didn't write them down. They were making twice as much as that 84%. Well, here's where it's pretty. I mean, I don't know what you call it. I mean, it is mind blowing. I haven't figured out why or if there's a higher power at play. But the 3% who had written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the whole other 97% of the class combined. That 3%, take 97% of the class, the 84% that had no goals, and also the 13%, and 10 times that's what they were making. 10 times the class combined. That's like amazing. That's crazy. This is why I tell people, I'm like, dude, put your goals down on paper. And I've actually had people like look at me and say things like, "Oh, it's kind of weird." He's kind of weird because he has like this vision board. Dude, call it what you want. I'll be weird, but I go back to what do I have to lose? Nothing. What do I have to gain? Everything. And I'll go off of what other people are doing. If they're getting success with it, then I'm going to do it. And that's why I want to share this stuff with you, because I'm like, look, I'm getting success with it. If you read my or even just browse through my book, or on my on Facebook, if you guys ever see me post like a vision board and I was drawing like a line to some of the things I was obtaining, that was an old vision board I had, and things were coming, I was getting those things. And just like on the last video, I talked about my book, how I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I got the paper over here. I just jotted down, nothing fancy, and ended up happening. And I didn't plan it, it just happened. I mean, these are things maybe I just, because I subconsciously I know I want, and I'm going towards them whether I know it or not. So this article also shares, talks about creating a vision, making it measurable, set benchmarks, and celebrate your success. So I'm going to share with you guys my my vision board here. Kind of put myself on Front Street, but let me grab it. It's this is what I make. I make stuff like this, right? Kind of you guys can laugh at me. I probably have like Rachel McAdams somewhere on here, and this is my mushy side. I think there's like love or something over here, but helping others. And then I have like a lot of taglines like focus. That one says follow one course until success. Follow one course until successful. I believe, yeah. I'm trying to remember all the stuff I have on here. And ambition, and then just success. And then I'll write stuff on here like the healthiest body and mind. And just these are just things I want. These, and I got more to it than that board. I actually have that on my wall when you walk in my house, and I have actually added to it, add stuff. So you don't have to make the vision board like that. I like it. I think it's cool. You could I go on Google Images and pull up images and put the collage together. If you need my help, just hit me up and say, hey Chris, man, can you make me one real quick? And I'm really good with graphics, so you can just send me over all the pictures, and I'll put it together, and then I'll send it back to you, and you can just go get it printed. So that's something I highly recommend. I actually had a girl, my friend Robin. She hit me up about last year, and she was at UF, but she was going. I think she was going to Santa Fe, and she's like, "Hey Chris, I need help. I need to do a vision board." I'm like, "Vision board?" I'm like, "Dude, that's right up my alley." I'm like, "What do they want?" She's like, "Well, I'm supposed to put this thing together, and I don't know what to do, and I need." I'm like, "Look, this is what we'll do. Send me over a bunch of images." So I told her just what I told you guys, and I had it created. She obviously she got an A. Her teacher was probably like impressed because it came out like what I did, because I think it's good. It's that vision and direction. It gives you something to like go forward to in life. I mean, you know where you're going. It gives you something. I mean, I guess it's okay if you don't want to have goals. I mean, this isn't for everyone, but if there's things you want in life, this is what you do. This is what you put down, and maybe you're discovering this later in life after you already have like a job and you're trying to get things going again. We're going to be talking about how to add this to your schedule, because you might be working at a 9-to-5 job, or you might be real busy, and you might give me the, hey Chris, I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to show you guys how to have some time here on these up and coming episodes. So this is a short video. It's probably one of my shortest ones. That's it. I want you all to go back to the old video, the last one, the episode 3. Also watch the Earl Nightingale video, which is on the motivation tab on ChristopherRegister.com. Listen to that one. It's not watching. And then I want you to put this stuff down on paper. I want you to create a vision board. I want you to put something and make it serious. I just showed you that Harvard MBA program, a 10-year study. There's probably tons more of that. You can go watch the movie The Secret, and there's a guy showing you the same thing I'm just showing you, and things just come into life. The Lou Holtz thing. There's a lot. It happens. It works. And once again, what do you have to lose? You have nothing. But what do you have to gain? Everything. It'd be an amazing, amazing thing that can happen. So. Gives you direction, and I think it's good. It gives you something to work towards, and you should have fun with it. It's fun. You're looking at things you're going to achieve in life, and these things should be making you happy. So hopefully you guys like this episode. It is really short. If you guys need help creating your vision board, just send me a message, and I can put it together, and you guys can go from there. So I'll see you guys next week, and thank you guys for watching. See ya. Bye.